Well, morning, Joanna. How are you today?
Hi, Peter. I'm good. Thank you very much. How are you?
I am fantastic. Fantastic. It's beautiful, sunny. Well, not really, but it's like I feel great, Joanna. I feel great. And thank you very much for taking the time. Welcome to the Business Spotlight. Could we start by telling me a little about yourself, your story, and your business, please?
Yeah, so I'm Joanna Maxwell. I own a company called Savvy and Shine Professional Haircare. We're based in Antrim, and we supply professional hairdressing salons with products. So we do quite unique products. The brands that we supply are only available through us, actually, for the whole of Ireland, one of them for the whole of the UK and Ireland. So we distribute those products. Our company we're just about to turn 13, but back in 2010, when we started the company, we very much had a focus that we wanted to have cruelty-free products. They had to be eco-sustainable products, and they had to be quite unique and quite high-end. So we started in that company because of my technical background. So I started as a hairdresser. When I was 17, I wanted to do law, but actually went to help out in Batiste hair salon in Belfast during the summer. I was from Cookstown originally, so I went and saw the bright lights and decided not to do law and to continue doing hairdressing. So didn't go down entirely well at home at the start, but I fell in love with the industry. So I was very lucky in the career in the salons that I worked in at the start, but I took some time out after getting dermatitis when products weren't so good. And that was probably when I first realized that something needed to change within products. And I walked away for a couple of years, and I worked in my family business, which is more construction and industrial ladders and access equipment. So that was definitely very different. And I did that for a couple of years and then went back into hairdressing. And then I was very lucky to get the opportunity to go and work for one of the multinationals, so for L'Oreal Professional, and specialize in the technical side of product. And that's really how I ended up doing what I do. So I, over the years, wanted to find these eco-sustainable brands, and it's very hard to find them. So that's what we started with.
Brilliant. With almost 13 years as a business, that's fun. If I had the ability to press a button and create a round of applause, I would do it. But unfortunately, I don't. You'll just have to settle for a phenomenal well done from me. So tell me, Joanna, who would be your ideal customer?
Well, we originally started the business with only really supplying to hairdressing salons. And over the years, industry has changed. Obviously, we've had COVID, we've had everything else. We've had times that have been a real challenge in our industry. And we also, as a small business that does brands that are not massively known, actually our main brand being a Spanish brand called Eva Professional, it's not massively known. That company's actually 100 years old, but people here had never heard of it because it wasn't present until we brought it. So we've had challenges in that. So our ideal customer is professional hairdressing salons that want to try something different. For us, we have a niche in our technical ability because I specialized in the technical side of the product. Of hairdressing in general, but particularly hair color. So I've done that for 20 something years now, where I specialize in color correction in particular. So I teach courses, and I've actually taught courses in over 50 countries. So I look after for one of our brands, for Eva Professional. I teach right from Australia to the Far East. I taught over 3,000 people in Iran once, which was definitely an unusual thing. Yeah, in the space of 5 days. I do Azerbaijan, Taiwan, you name it, I've been to it, so it's great. So it's our ideal customer from our professional side of our company will be professional salons that want something a little bit more technical, a little bit more eco-sustainable, and also that there's people here on the ground in Ireland and Northern Ireland in particular, that can help with any aspect of their business, whether it's growing a business or from the technical side of their business. But we also, due to COVID, had to start changing some of the model of our company. Obviously, I had massive international trips for the business, which stopped for COVID. So we had to start diversifying. So more recently, we've brought in a new client type. So we've recently just launched our own product range called SVVY Haircare. And that's more for high-end department stores and pharmacies and boutiques and that type of client. So we now have two distinct types of customer, which we only had one in the past. So we now have we're a very small team, but we do have a team member who manages SVVY Haircare side of the company as well. And that's all full of ingredients that are more eco-sustainable and cruelty-free and all with a purpose. So yeah, long answer, sorry.
Oh, hey, a great answer. Not a long answer, a great answer. And look, if you were to do anything differently as a business owner, what would it be and why?
I would say I was very privileged that I grew up with our family business next door, and I learned a lot from the business, even though it was something completely different to what I do now. I still help with our family business since our dad passed away. My brother took over and I still help with that. Not so much as he'd like probably, but I think for me, it would have been things that I would do differently would be probably to believe in myself more. I picked up a lot of things from the family business, but I did more back in the day what I had learned from dad and learned from the family business, instead of going and believing in what I wanted to do myself. So I think believing myself a little bit more back, definitely. We all have doubts, of course. Every day we have doubts in ourselves. So yes, believe in it a bit more and try things that you wouldn't necessarily try. Yeah.
Tell me, who's the first person that comes to mind when you think about the word success?
For me, I don't really think of celebrities and all of the other people. Obviously, we've got the Richard Bransons of the world who's dyslexic and can do everything else. But for me, it is my dad, truthfully, is who was a success for me. He started a business because his belief, totally different industry, was to give great customer service, to give really look after his customer and really understand his industry and his product, and he made a hugely successful business from it. And then as he sadly passed away, it'll be 6 years this year, my brother stepped into his shoes and took over the family business he'd worked in but never managed it, and has done an amazing job with it and really grown the business. So for me, it's actually probably more the family. So it's probably the best Northern Ireland answer you can give. But yeah, for me, it's home.
All right, fantastic, great to hear. And so your dad sounds like an amazing guy. So what if it were, I'm sure it wasn't that long ago, but if it were possible and you could give advice to your 18-year-old self, Joanna, tell me what that advice would sound like.
There could be a few answers to that. For me, it would, like I said earlier, it would be to believe in myself a little bit more. You always have that doubt, and when you're in business, of course, you're going to doubt yourself. But as you look at your life, I think it's important that you just really believe in what your vision is and what you want to do, and not be led by other people in your job or in your life that maybe want you to do something else. So I think it would be to believe in myself more and just go and do what I wanted to do and what I feel was right. Yeah.
Good stuff. And so coming 13 years old as a business. So let's fast forward another 5 years. So 5 years time, what's that, 2028? So tell me, what will the business look like then?
We don't have massive aspirations to become the biggest company in our sector, because in hair care, and particularly in professional hair care, we've lots and lots of competition from the big boys. So for us, we really just want to have a very sustainable company. We really would like to grow our SVVY hair care range, the new product range that we're launching, and it's we're developing everything, manufacturing everything, obviously off site here. But we'd ideally like to start to do some of that here in Northern Ireland. So we do have different manufacturers that make for us to our specification, but for us it would be about having a more homegrown brand, being able to do everything from here. And in 5 years, we'd like to be a good step towards doing that, manufacturing it ourselves. We're not going to take over the world with it. We don't want to be huge with it, but yeah, it would be nice to bring more of it home.
Oh, that sounds good. I definitely like the sound of that. And Joanna, if somebody has liked the sound of what you've had to say and wanted to reach out or maybe even purchase some of your product, what would be the best way to go about that?
We're a very approachable company. We are very small, so we're generally say either pick up the phone or send us a message. So they can find me on Instagram and message me directly. I do get asked a lot of questions, particularly about hair loss and hair color and things that I have. So I'm quite open for people to contact me. Generally on my Instagram is the easiest way to get me, so savvyandshine_Joanna, or you can check us out on our website, which is savvyandshine.com. And all our brands are there, and there's a little chat box where you can talk to us. But I think because we're Northern Irish and we are people that will talk to each other and offer advice to each other. So yeah, just get in touch anyway.
Superb. Well, Joanna Maxwell from Savvy and Shine, thank you very much for your time this morning. That's brilliant to start the day off hearing about a local business that's, you know, almost 13 years old and grown by yourself with a great story behind it. So thank you so much for your time this morning, and I wish you all the success for the rest of 2023 and beyond. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Peter. Thanks for having me.